Greetings. Today the moon continues in Virgo and it opposes Venus and Saturn, which are preparing to make their exact conjunction on Saturday. So the joining up of the planet Venus, the planet of love, beauty, aesthetic, receiving, values, joining up with Saturn, the planet of structure and discipline and limitations. Saturn being in Pisces also brings a tone to this moon cycle because we are in a Capricorn moon cycle. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So how do all these factors interrelate? Let's try to break it down a little bit today. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Friday, January 17th. So the moon continues in Virgo. And as I was sharing yesterday, you want to think about this as an opportunity to improve, perfect, make things more beautiful, more perfect. Also, getting hands on, thinking about the quality of what you're creating, how efficient and effective it is, and where you can make it work better and help you get where you want to go more effectively. So with this Capricorn moon cycle, we are thinking about what we want to build. Capricorn is the sign, it's ruled by Saturn, and it has to do with, building big things, big structures, big legacies. And so a work, right? What is your big work? And it doesn't have to feel overwhelming. It's just this idea of to build something that big, you need a plan, you need a strategy, right? So you have the Virgo. The Virgo says, okay, if we want to build a cathedral, let's lay down one brick at a time and let's get each brick precise, right? Get it just right. Like that Virgo precision is ultimately contributing to the beauty of the thing that it will eventually be part of. But to build something that big, it's not just a matter of placing the bricks one at a time. You also need a plan. You need a design. You need a strategy. You need a map for what you want to create and how you're going to get there. So with your plans, your structures, Saturn helps you envision the big thing you want to create. And then with the Virgo moon energy, we can think about what we're doing to build the day by day little details that create the whole. So what are some little action steps maybe you need to take? But thinking about the energy of Saturn in Pisces, and we do have this notion of capturing something big, something magical, something mystical, something that embodies a bigger picture, principle, or idea, or vision. So with Pisces, we have imagination. And so our ability, our capacity to imagine the outcomes we want and to connect with this heart-centered reason of why is that important, right? What do you care about? How does it bring meaning to your life? What is important about that? What do you value about that? What makes it worth working for? So with the energy of Saturn in Pisces, we can think about taking some bigger picture of what is valuable to us and putting it into something, a container, right? Saturn is like the bowl that holds the water. And so the water can be whatever we imagine. And then the Saturn is the structure that gives that water a place to be held. So water is flow, right? It doesn't stay put without some sort of container. So as we think about what we want to build, we need to also think about why are we building that? why does it matter? What do we care about? What's important about that? And it, what do you care about in the world, and what do you want to be part of creating? And it should be something that inspires you, something that you can really imagine a new future around. And what does that future look like and feel like? So thinking about this bigger picture of what's important to us, and with the energy of Venus joining up, coming to its conjunction with Saturn, thinking about how is that beautiful, tangible here and now in terms of values. In other words, what is the big picture of what you imagine? And then how can you break that down into what is valuable about that, right? What is important? What do we value? What do we find beautiful about that? And and then in Pisces, really like bringing this bigger picture of our vision, what we can imagine, and thinking about how we can give that a way forward. So how are you investing your resources to create this bigger thing that matters to you? And it could be something you're working on in your life. It could be something in the world that you care about. It could be, raising children, raising animals, tending to land, right? Working on a project. Probably lots of things I'm not thinking of or mentioning here, but think about how this applies to you. What is something of value, something beautiful that you can be part of creating? And so that energy is informing this Virgo moon, as today for Friday, January 17th, the moon passes through its opposition to Venus and Saturn, and I will give you the degrees at 16 degrees Pisces. So they will be at 16 when they are having their exact conjunction, but they're at 15 degrees as of Friday. So the moon passing through that opposition happens around 4 or 5 p.m. A little earlier, 3, 2 to 4 in there somewhere, Pacific time. So you'll have to adjust for your time zone, and just as the moon passes through 15 degrees Virgo. So it gives the day this feeling of something big, something of value, something that you really want to invest in, and thinking about what's important about that, why it brings meaning to your life, and what are the little detail-oriented action steps you can take today that will contribute to that. In other words, you're not going to finish the project or finalize what it is you're creating today, but you can steer things in a direction of saying, I'm making choices. I'm making a choice to have this be the best version of what it can be. I am making a choice about what kind of materials, or how I think about it, or who's involved, or, these little day-to-day decisions that we make, how you can make those today to say, here is why I am making this decision, something, because it's contributing to something that is important, has meaning, has value, is something that's in the future, right? It takes time to create, and the details that I put into it now contribute to the final product. So the way that we choose how that brick is going to be laid in the moment, in the here and now, where we're going to place that brick, how carefully we're going to place it, what it's going to look like in relation to the other bricks around it, right? May not seem like a big deal in the big picture, but it will matter when we are finishing our cathedral, our project, whatever it is. the way that we gave the attention to those things in the moment is going to be part of the masterpiece that we are working toward. So, I don't know what that looks like for you exactly, but think about what it is you want, what you're creating for the future, what has meaning and value, and how you are investing in the moment in a way that it may not seem obvious that it's a good way to spend your time or money right now. But ultimately, it is part of what you're creating, right? It's the quality of what you're putting into your ultimate product, your ultimate creation, your ultimate result. So, hopefully that's helpful. Really trying to break down some of these energies that we're looking at and heading into tomorrow's exact Venus-Saturn conjunction, and then tomorrow the moon will continue in Virgo, and just before it goes into Libra, uh, it will oppose Neptune at 27 degrees Pisces tomorrow. So we got another day tomorrow of this Virgo energy. Again, just a great time to think about the details, to make little decisions from the perspective that this is part of something bigger. This is part of something that matters. So hopefully that makes sense. Thanks so much for being here. I am Marina Orms, and you can learn more about me and how to work with me at astrologyheals.com. Thank you so much for being here and subscribing. I appreciate your support, and I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.